I don't control minds. I free them. How? By making you face your pain and draw strength from it. Once that's done, fear cannot stop you.
Sounds like
Trekcast.
And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? All right, we can start.
I like that song.
I do like that song.
It's a good song.
It is
How's
a good
the
song.
and then you get the falsetto part where he talks about going outside. I can hear it in my head now, but I don't know what the words are. Huh? And I get
Chad is
real high and
speaking
I-
to us from the
something like that,
Illuminati.
Yeah,
In this dark cavern.
Chad, it was just like that.
yeah, it was just like that.
Just like
My singing is as bad as my impersonations. I shouldn't do either.
no, no. One is clearly
One is what?
one is clearly worse.
We're not going to talk about which one, right?
I mean, we could put a vote on Instagram
Oh shit!
and the group, and let's see what happens.
Which one's
Well-
worse?
No one's ever said, "Hey, your singing's kind of racist."
We might get that comment now. I don't know.
man.
Yeah, I could think of some lyrics that I could sing in Abu's voice, but I
No,
don't.
no, don't need to. It's
Nope.
okay.
Nope.
Nope, nope.
No.
Hard pull. Hard.
You guys are really looking hard for the mute button on me right now.
Yeah.
Boy. So what's going on, gentlemen? What's new?
Happy Father's Day to you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. It is Father's
Thank
Day.
you.
Happy Father's Day, Dan. So
Potentially Happy Father's Day to me.
you just don't know, right?
Just don't know. Well, I
So
mean,
many women.
so many.
I got a guy at work, and every year, the day before Father's Day, he's like, "This is the day. This is the day." Some 25-year-old dude knocks on the door. This is
Well, since we're going to talk
Exactly.
about that, I should have a picture of Captain Pike up to go along.
Oh yes,
with our,
Captain Daddy.
Yeah, to go along with what we're doing here. Yeah, we should have
Yeah.
Captain Daddy up.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. So we've got Captain
Oh,
Daddy
man.
going for us on the live stream, or not on the live stream. Yeah, on our live stream out to YouTube. So
Right.
those on YouTube can see
Or,
what I'm doing now with the graphics, but those in Discord can't. So that's the trouble with that. But whatever, I can figure that out for the next show.
For those people who don't know, we're running a poll right now on Instagram, and it says either Captain Dad or Captain Daddy. Captain Dad being Picard, Captain Daddy being Pike, and overwhelmingly people are loving Captain Daddy Pike.
Yeah,
So,
he's
You know,
up.
here's the thing. Oh man, this is tough. I'm a huge Captain Picard fan. I've always
Mhm.
been a huge Captain Picard fan, and I've said it before that I would follow that man off a cliff.
Yep.
But you know, I don't know. I
Right?
don't know. I
It's
mean,
tough.
this season of Picard was kind of a letdown, and
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
you know, just putting Picard, the series, both seasons, just putting them up against 5 or 6 episodes of Strange New Worlds. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I might be team Captain Daddy.
This might be the first or the best first season of Star Trek ever.
Oh, by far.
I think it absolutely is.
By far. There's no.
Yeah.
That should be another poll, by the way. But it'll overwhelmingly be, and then we're not even done.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, the rest of the
Right.
episodes could be total shit, and it still would be the best first
Yeah.
season. I mean,
I'm gonna do a poll when this ends, when season 1 ends, and I'll ask the best first season of a new Trek show
yeah.
of
So
just the new ones.
think of the episodes we got in the first seasons of every other series. I mean, the first thing that comes to
Right.
mind is Alan Moraine. The next thing that comes to mind is
Code of Honor.
Code of Honor. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the first one of Enterprise? What was one of the first ones? The very first episode of Enterprise really set it up as something that could have been cool, and then just they totally shit on it. So it had a good first episode, but there's a few of those in there. Oh, anything with the stupid. What were those guys that we've totally forgotten about now and don't exist anywhere? The Suliban. They don't exist anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
So,
I was thinking, what is the name of the ones from Voyager? Like, they had the weird hair.
Oh yeah, the Kazon. The Kazon,
Yeah.
It looks like I'm a Kazon this morning with this hair just poofing straight up.
You know, it's funny you talk about all these things, and so many of them are missed opportunities.
Yeah,
you know, the Kazon were supposed to be an allegory for like LA gangs.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I can kind of see it now that you say that.
Yeah.
You know, they just it was kind of a missed opportunity there. It could have been, you know, it was supposed to be an allegory for LA gangs, and they came off as like the Dollar General version of Klingons. That's what they're like Aldi Klingons.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
nobody rolls harder than Janeway.
What?
Nobody rolls harder than Janeway.
Oh,
just being a gangster. Yeah. Well, should we get to the news?
Sure.
Kazon, I got a picture pulled up of them. They're horrible. Good God.
Oh, nice.
Good God. You know, you can kind of picture them in your head, but then you don't know exactly what it looks like until you go back and look at it again, and it's like, oh,
their hair looks like coral reefs.
Going back to exactly. Going back, exactly, hipster Spock. How exactly did that hair work? What was the evolutionary trace of why that hair became a thing?
I have no idea, man.
All right, let's get into the news. Here we go. Oh, yeah, first off, welcome to Trekcast, the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast. I'm Chad, that's Dan, that's Daniel. Here we are coming at you live over in the Discord and on the Facebook. And if you can't find the Discord link to know how to get over here and follow us live and be in part of our
we're live
Facebook,
on YouTube.
I know we're live on YouTube, but if you can't find the Discord link, it's because we don't post it anywhere.
That's right.
So we will post that up after the show today. And, of course, we're live over on YouTube. That's an easy way to get to it. Daniel is watching the YouTube channel, and I'm watching the Discord on-air chat. So either way, there's plenty of ways for you to give us live feedback. Make sure you subscribe anywhere and everywhere, YouTube and all of that. And what am I doing, Daniel?
No, you put up the picture of Captain Pike, and our views went up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, this is good. They don't want to see our faces talking. They want to see.
They don't want to see. They just want to stare dancing.
And if I go over here and do this one, our views will go down.
It'll take me a minute for it to show up on.
I know.
Yeah.
But
what is that?
It's a Kazon.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Kazon on the bridge of the Voyager laughing.
Oh no!
It's horrible.
No.
Views just dropped.
Pull up.
Here we go. Oh no, wrong one. Boom. There we. Oh shit, where'd it go? There. Okay. No, where did it go? I have no idea where it went. I've totally lost. There we go.
There you go.
All right. So with all that said,
let's do the news.
Well, let's not keep these assholes waiting.
Trekcast. Attention all hands. It's time for Star Trek news.
Yeah, did you write like a macro or something for the...
I know, right?
Strung them along together.
Well, no, I can push one button after another. I can just, it's all right here. So I can,
This is Smokey Robinson. I know. Happy Chinooka.
Trekcast.
Yes, happy Chinooka, everybody.
I mean, we can just do it all right together. And all right.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's get to the news.
All right, our first news story comes to us from Fansided. And the headline is Star Trek Picard EP thinks Enterprise characters can come back. So, what's his name? Terry Matalis, once again out there speaking, just dropping all sorts of nuggets. And he is saying that potentially, Enterprise characters can return in Picard Season 3. Who that is, he doesn't say. Why they would come back, he doesn't say.
Well, it's simple. I mean, Riker's still got his holodeck program running.
There you go. I would laugh if that's what they do.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So whatever.
Have some new
I thought that was
ideas. Have some new ideas. Be creative for a minute, for God's sakes. Have some new ideas. Oh, we should put that picture up. Oh, that's a good picture, Hipster Spock. Okay, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Go for it.
And speaking of coming back, according to comicbook.com, Star Trek's Kate Mulgrew is eyeing a possible return as Janeway in live action. So she's already back on Prodigy doing the voice. But Kate Mulgrew is like, Star Trek's hot right now. Just like Hansel, so hot. And now she was thinking about coming back as Janeway. Of course, it would have to be the right thing and all blah, 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 all the things they always say. And so we'll see.
So she's thinking of coming back, or someone's thinking about inviting her back, because those are two totally different things.
Well, she says nothing's in the works yet, but
Okay.
Right. Just throwing it out there.
I have no problem with them bringing people back as long as it works for the story. You know, if they're gonna write some hooey time travel nonsense just to get the Enterprise characters on Picard, no thank you. If they're gonna have them playing older versions of themselves on Strange New Worlds and it makes sense for the story, yeah, I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
But
so there we go.
No time travel.
And the last wannabe return comes to us from Cinema Blend. And recently, as Chris Hemsworth is out there promoting the next Thor movie, somebody asked him, hey, so there was a rumor, there was a script that you would be coming back to Star Trek. What's up with that? Would you come back? And he says, quote, there was talk about me doing the film with Chris Pine at one point. The script was sort of put together and then fell apart. If J.J. Abrams called me tomorrow and said, Chris Pine and I want you to do it, I'd probably say, yeah, let's go for it, end quote. So there you go. Thor is ready to come back to the Enterprise and hang out with his space son. Yeah. I have a theory about this. My theory is that anything else Hemsworth has done other than Thor really hasn't been that successful. So.
Oh, I don't know. His thing on Netflix was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Oh, the spider, whatever, Spiderhead.
Well, I haven't watched that one. No, the one before that where he played a like an Australian version of a Green Beret or whatever. I forget what that thing was, but he basically had to go and do something like that. Yeah, he had to go into India and pull out some kid that was being held ransom by a wealthy Indian guy and drug lord or whatever had a hold of him and all that. That was really good, and it was one of those movies where it was just a old school, straight up. The guy with his guns is going to go in and shoot everybody and pull the kid out and shoot everybody and maybe die at the end, So that was really good. That was a really good.
I've heard it was very 90s, but it was fun.
Very much. Yeah, it was a 90s. It was a 90s Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, or what was the one with Arnold and Alyssa Milano when she was like 12? Commando. Rambo and Commando. It was
all the O's.
It was a classic. It was a classic one of those. So I loved it for that reason. I thought it was great. It was very much a callback to the 90s action films. Good one.
All right. So in our last news story,
real quick, that script that was floating around, wasn't there rumors that it would be the final movie with the JJ crew and that it would somehow fold things back into the Prime timeline? Weren't they talking about that for a while?
So that was a fan theory. Nobody had confirmed that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking.
The thought was you're not going to get these same that JJ crew back together again for like a fifth movie or a sixth movie. It's just they're too popular and doing other things.
So
I'm just thinking that we have a show on the air right now that while they are different actors, those are the Prime timeline versions of several of these same characters. That if they were going to do a movie to fold things back into the Prime timeline, you could potentially use actors from Strange New Worlds in that story.
Right.
If they're going to fold it back in, I mean, it's obviously going to be some sort of time travel multiverse story of some sort, you could potentially use the JJ characters, the Strange New Worlds versions of the characters, and the original OS, the remaining ones that are still alive. No?
Yeah.
I mean,
you could.
So who's the guy that's running the MCU? Is it Kevin Feige? Happy? Is that his name?
Kevin Feige.
Happy? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the equivalent of that we have over on the Trek side of things is
It's Kurtzman.
I was going to say Alex Dipshit Kurtzman.
Yeah.
So if I was to be the guy that they picked to replace Alex Kurtzman right now, and I was sitting here trying to decide the future of this franchise and lay it out, and let's say it's over 5 or 6 years, I think the first thing I would do is cancel Discovery. But then after that, I would seriously consider something that I talked about a long time ago that is now that I thought was going to be bad and horrible, and even just a few weeks ago I said would be bad and horrible, and I don't know if I necessarily want it. Let's just get new stuff instead of rehashing everything. But at this point, with where those JJ movies are and where Strange New Worlds is being so freaking good, why give up on something that's working so well and put these two things together at some point? Whether it's a different cast that you have to recast somehow, but you put the JJ verse movies into the end of Strange New Worlds with a brand new Kirk and crew and everything else, and rewrite the entire original Kirk Enterprise story. Rebooted with the same look and feel of what we're looking at right here, and just keep it going.
I would do like a wrap-up film for the JJ crew, right? Something that connects it back to what you're doing now, like you guys are suggesting. But then after that, honestly, I would reboot TNG with new actors and make that your new film series, because that's like our demographic. That's what we grew up on.
It's true.
So, like,
it's
you know,
true.
if you're gonna go for nostalgia, you hear that theme song, you see that a new version of that Enterprise.
You could do the show.
You're gonna get all the feels.
You could do a show with that, sure.
Yeah.
You could do a show, but if you're gonna do a movie series, that's the movie series to do.
You know, 80s and 90s nostalgia is very hot right now.
It is.
And the
So hot
reality is, you know, the people who grew up on the original series, they're getting older.
Right.
And
They are.
you know, every day there's less of them.
Mm-hmm.
Without being morbid. So at some point they have to shift to you know that I collect vintage toys. Okay. And there's and this actually relates to this. In the fact that people pop up with stuff and they're like, you know, this is really old. It must be worth $1 million. No. Old doesn't translate to good. Or expensive or valuable. And the example that I always use is 30 years ago, if you had a Howdy Doody puppet, it was worth a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Today it's worth nothing because nobody has given a shit about Howdy Doody in 30 years because all those people are dead.
Right.
So eventually the same thing is going to happen. Maybe not so much now that they have come out with Strange New Worlds and they're freshening up a lot of these characters.
That's the counter argument right there, is that you've already done it. You've got this whole thing that I was really worried about working well, especially with the whole Discovery debacle, and it works really well. It's really good. I absolutely love it. I love it so much I don't have time and care to really watch the Orville.
But if you reboot TNG, right, and you get a whole new a new Riker, a new Geordi, a new Data, then you can get a bald actor with a very distinctive voice who's been in multi-billion-dollar franchises to lead as Picard. You can get the dream Vin Diesel Picard. And you can talk about how the Enterprise is family.
No, you would get what's his name? Who played young
Dwayne
Xavier?
Johnson as Captain Picard.
Young Xavier.
Yes.
He Dwayne Johnson. No, you'd want what's his name? What's his John McAvoy or
John Cena?
No, the McAvoy guy, Sam Jackson.
John Malkovich.
Yeah, you get John Malkovich. That's what you get, John Malkovich, and you just get John Malkovich being
John
John
Mulaney.
Malkovich everywhere he goes. Yeah, no, you don't even give John Malkovich a script. He just walks around being like, "What the fuck is going on? I don't understand what this is."
Malkovich, you get paid the man his latinum.
Yes, Captain, can I shoot him? I don't give a fuck. Shoot him. I'm going to go in here with my fish. I don't care.
Yeah.
or if
Dude,
it's Sam
Malkovich
Jackson.
would be an amazing Ferengi.
Oh Lord. And
Yeah.
if it's Sam
You guys
Jackson
like-
playing a
you guys
Klingon,
like
he'd
my,
kill everybody.
You guys like my Ferengi bank? How
Yeah,
meta
that
is
was awesome.
How meta is
Yeah.
that, huh?
Ferengi
The
Bank.
problem with the bank is once it takes your money, it never gives it back.
It's true. Where's the little thing on the bottom to get it out? There
Yeah,
isn't
there's
one.
There
that-
isn't
no.
one, yeah.
All right, last news story.
All right.
Comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter. I have saved the best news story for last, so I hope
Oh, boy.
everybody is excited about this. And the headline reads, Paddington 3 finds its director and title. Exclusive. So, yeah. What? What? Anyways, I will not have you besmirch the good name of Paddington. Director Dougal Wilson, who has been known for making music videos and commercials, will be making his directorial debut with Paddington 3, Paddington in Peru. Yeah. Time. I know. I get it. People wanted to know.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
We're going back to Peru. Paddington's going to run a cocaine farm.
Okay, we're going. With that
All
said, we're
right.
going to go right into our topic.
There we go.
Talking about Star Trek in this week's topic. Talking about the Star Trek in this week's topic.
Okie dokie.
And of course, this week's topic is Strange New Worlds in the latest episode. Siren Squall, Sirena Squall,
Yeah.
Sienna Squall. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. Doesn't matter.
Serendipity Squall.
Serendipity Squall. All we know is that Una did reprise her role this week as the place where fun goes to die, as
Indeed.
Hipster Spock posted in our Discord chat, because he posted a picture of Pike doing his best "Arr, matey," Captain pirate expression, and she says, "Please stop."
You can tell Anson Mount was so excited to shoot that scene that day.
He wanted it
You
so
could just
bad.
feel it.
He
Yeah.
wanted it so bad.
I want to know if that was in the script.
That's kind of my thought
Yeah.
too.
Script,
Yeah.
or if they were just joking around and you know what? Let's keep that.
Do you think her "please stop" was in character? It was just her, Rebecca Romijn was just like,
I got a
shut
question.
up.
I got a question about Rebecca Romijn and Una in this episode,
Yeah.
and I've noticed this all season long, and it's the only thing I can really find to nitpick about Una herself, or maybe it's Rebecca
Okay.
Romijn. I can't tell. But is it just me, or does she walk around like she literally has a 2x4 duct taped to her back? She's
like very straight.
She's very. I mean, it's on purpose. She's very straight. She's very wooden in her motions. How she walks. She's standing straight up, almost as if she's had back surgery or something. I mean, it's kind of. I've noticed it so many times, but yet then in some scenes you can't tell it at all. So I don't know if maybe that's her or if she's supposed to play
I
that straight up.
think that's what she's. I think that's how she's playing it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
There's-
think not so much now because it's it's 2022, but the character from the 1960s,
Yeah.
I got the sense that she had something to prove because she was the first officer, but she's a woman, and not everybody is cool with that because it's the 1960s. So
yeah.
Well, and the character, I mean, there wasn't much for her to go off of. Like, this literally is her developing the character.
True.
So maybe her thought is like, well, this is a prim and proper person who's very authoritative and very
But that's where
straight-laced.
the part of her character that always jars me is you see her in scenes like that where she's doing that. Then all of a sudden, in the moment of heat of the moment, in front of the entire crew, she doesn't call the captain. She yells Chris at him. Like
Right.
multiple scenes. Like now in TNG, you would always hear Picard sometimes say Will, right? But that's captain down to number 1. But you would almost
At least
never
she
hear
says-
Will say John Luke.
At least she says
private.
Chris and not CP.
In private, yeah. Oh God.
That's true.
CP, Jesus. JL, come on, JL.
Yeah.
I just want another hit of my
Stop.
vape pen, JL.
Make it stop. Make it
Oh,
stop.
Chesbit said she has scoliosis and had corrective surgery.
Who says that?
Oh.
Chesbit says that she had scoliosis and corrective surgery.
See, when I watch her walk, it just reminded me of someone I used to know a long time ago who had back surgery and walked like that, and she couldn't help
There
it.
you go.
And I had to be something. I had to be something. Okay. Maybe
Okay.
that's
Well,
why
then
I
that
picked
answers
it out
it.
and nobody else did. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's why, because you have
Yeah.
experience with it. That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
the episode, pretty terrible, right?
That was awesome.
I know. Just
I
kidding.
loved every minute of it. There were parts of it that were cheesy. There were parts of it that were hilarious. There were parts of it that were like so tropey.
Pretty serious.
Yeah, but then serious. I mean,
Yeah.
oh, it was great. You know, the dopey captain. There were so many twists, though. There were so many little twists about who is who in this episode. They really. So let's talk about the main villain. Okay, so I guess we'll give the synopsis of this thing real quick. Everybody's watching.
let's
If
give
you're
the
watching
synopsis and then
this,
we'll-
if you're watching this and listening to us, then you've watched
Spoilers.
this show. So I mean, you know what happens in this episode. But with that said, they get a ambassador aboard or someone who's
Counselor.
counselor. That's right, counselor on board, and they're going to take her out to a place where there's some civilians that they're trying to help. There's pirate raids. They're going to be right on the border with the Federation. And this person seems pretty nice, and pretty caring, and a very interesting character, actually. And so they get out there, and they're trying to find the civilians in their ships. It's not there. Turns out it's a trap laid by the Siren Squall. We see this Tholian web type thing come around the ship, which was great. Enterprise gets out of it because it's stupid, easy to defeat. Anyway, so it turns out, though, that the whole time this counselor is actually the one who is the villain and who is the captain of the Siren Squall group, while Pike and company get captured and they try to get back. There's a whole bunch of things that happen here, and then we get D'Pring involved into it. I mean, there's so much that happens in this thing. At the end of the day, the villain gets away. So, and this new villain, the counselor, what's her name in this episode?
The villain is Captain Angel.
Captain Angel, right. So
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing that I find here is I want to talk about the difference between how it was approached in this show, on this episode, versus how it would have been approached on Discovery. Captain Angel is biologically...
Is a non-binary character.
Is a non-binary character, but biologically, I guess, fluid gender.
The actress is female. Yeah.
Right, but has male body parts.
Where do we get this?
No, in
So
that actress
in,
or that
in
person
interviews and all that,
Mm-hmm.
that Captain Angel is supposed to be a non-binary androgynous character.
Correct. And in reality, that person is, I don't know what I don't know how to describe that person without upsetting someone, because I don't know what they're. I think they have male parts. I don't know. I can't tell. Doesn't matter.
The real person doesn't. The real person is a female.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? None of it matters, because this person is in this episode.
They're up to some shady shit.
Yeah, this person in this episode is really just painted a picture of just being this person. And you can't really tell what their gender is, and you don't really. You kind of think it's maybe a female, but you don't really care. They don't really explain it in the episode, and they don't really make it this huge thing.
Right.
But it's there, and it makes for a great character. That is a great character.
Dan did know, you kind of had to hunt for it a little bit. Yeah. But even then, that's fine. It's not like Discovery, where it would have been 3 scenes of crying and talking about our feelings and figuring.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Where did I miss this? Where did it come up that this person is anything other than just a human female?
There you go.
Where did they say that?
There you go.
So they
outside
said it
the
in
episode.
interviews. They said it on the Will Wheaton show.
Yeah. Outside the episode. And that's fine, because in the show itself,
why even bring it up then?
What, outside the episode?
It's not if you can't ascertain it by watching the episode, why bring it up outside of the episode? If it's not in the episode, it's not relevant.
Right. That's a whole nother argument.
That's a different side of it. Yeah, you're talking about representation and all those kinds of things. Now, I'm just talking about
what he's talking about is They purposely do what he's talking about, like break out information, because they want you to stick around to all of their, their YouTubes, their Facebooks. That's why they parse out the information that way,
Sure.
so that you get the full picture by following it all.
And they're
But
just telling
it
you
is
about
annoying
the,
as
and they're just telling you about the actor
But
who
it's the
plays
worst.
this.
It's the worst kind. It's the worst kind of virtue signaling. Right? Because it's like, look what we're doing. We didn't actually do it because it's not in the episode. But look what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Pat us
Okay.
on the back.
That makes sense.
I get that part of it. All I'm coming at is that if you're going to put a character in the show who is non-binary and you want to highlight that as a thing, you don't have to slap it around in people's face. Because it's pretty obvious watching the show that that person, female or not, is a little different. Maybe an alien, maybe whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be thrown in your face and have three scenes of people crying and explaining what their pronouns are. Which, I mean, if you want to do, you want to do. Fine, do it on Discovery. It's just I think the way that they treated that in this episode versus the way they treated it in Discovery was so much better.
I could see Hemmer being like, "Your pronouns are asshole."
yeah. So I thought it was a great character. Anyway. I thought it was awesome. I think Captain Angel is very interesting as a character in the episode.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we think Captain Angel will be one of the big bads for Strange New Worlds going forward, or do we think by like season 3 they're kind of loose friends with Captain Angel?
Oh no, Captain Angel's the Harry Mudd. We should see Captain Angel come back again as a Harry Mudd type of antagonist every once in a while, but not the major. You can't. It's an episodic show, so you can't have them back every single episode. You don't want to do that. You just want to have them be the Harry Mudd. Which I can.
I would
just
like
see,
Harry Mudd to be the Harry Mudd.
Yeah, exactly.
You could bring Ryan Wilson back. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be
fun. On the timeline.
You could have an episode where these two are trying to fight against each other, but also try to fight against the Enterprise. So all I'm saying is I thought it was a great way that they treated that character as far as bringing that in, and it was a good twist. I didn't see it coming. I did not see that coming.
No, I didn't.
On the Will Wheaton show, they did equate Captain Angel to Harry Mudd, so that's a good call.
Of course, yeah.
They also did on the Will Wheaton show. They interviewed Nurse Chapel. That was very just generic. Oh, I'm happy to be on Star Trek. It's cool that you're on Star Trek. I mean, that's all that was.
Yeah.
But the best thing they did, and I think this does not bode well for Will, is they did a bit where Captain Angel took over the show. And Captain Angel then interviewed one of the props department in character, being snarky and funny and making fun of Will Wheaton. And it was great.
I almost want to watch that now, but no.
Yeah. The content wasn't like, I didn't really care. But the way Captain Angel just makes fun of everything, oh my God, if they turn that show into the Captain Angel Ready Room, I'd watch it all the time. No suffering.
It was great when she's revealed, her character does change and she gets that snarkiness and she's just laying it on thick to everybody. I did like that scene.
That's how it was on the Ready Room.
Thought that was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Talking to Spock about his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, in this episode, we get some serious. Okay, so let's break this down. What are the main things we want to cover about this episode? Obviously, Captain Angel. We just talked about that. The big reveal, the twist. She's a villain, antagonist, however you want to call it. They did a great job with that character. I don't know if I should say her or they or them, but whatever. They did a great job with that character. So that was wonderful. I love what Pike and Company do to take over the Siren Squall.
Yeah, causing a mutiny.
And then you think they have it all under control. That was another great little twist. You think they have it all under control at the end there, but they don't. They've just barely managed to hold on to the bridge, and they pulled a ruse over Captain Angel big time.
Right.
It was great. And then, of course, Pike's cooking.
Yeah. But I think the best part is we finally got our Thanos for Strange New Worlds at the very end, and he's going to do it himself. We were pointed out at the very end, just like Thanos. The first time you don't see him all the way, you just see the side face profile.
Oh yeah, Cybok.
We got Cybok.
Yeah, boy, it's another twist. I almost forgot about that. You're right. Another huge twist.
It's another new series, so Spock needs another sibling.
So, do you think Burnham knows about Cybok?
How could she not?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd have to.
Yeah.
Or was he just? Or maybe she wouldn't, and he was never in the home. From the way Spock words it.
Well, I picked something up that they see in the movie he described Cybok as another son of Sarek. That's the only way he described him, another son of Sarek, which kind of led you to believe, okay, Sarek had a wife before, Spock's mother.
Amanda.
And then in this episode, they specifically say conceived out of wedlock.
Yeah.
So Sarek.
Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Sarek had
Sarek. I mean, there's Pon Far and there's Pon Far.
Yeah. Crazy nights on
Yeah,
Pon Far.
All the way over there.
Yep.
He Pon Farred from the home.
What's the ritual they do to purge all emotions again? I forget the. I want to say calamari because it's not calamari. Kolinar.
Kolinar.
So he Pon Farred is Kolinar.
He was Kolinaring all over the place.
He was, yeah. A little Kolinar here, a little Kolinar there. It's nice and spicy and tasty when served just right.
and they did it just in time for Father's Day.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I can
wait,
see a Quarks
does that
commercial
make
right now. Get your Kolinar, bottled coals.
Oh no.
And he doesn't know what it is. He's just trying to sell it, like self-sealing stem bolts. We have no clue. It's just
Yeah. But whatever. So now we've got our Thanos, Cybok.
I don't know about being a Thanos.
Oh, he's going to be their Thanos.
Well, clearly there has to be a whole nother episode about him. And it's not going to be the next episode. It's going to be like 2 episodes out. The same way they did with Mbenga's daughter, where you hear nothing for like 3 episodes, and all of a sudden there it is again.
Right.
But that's okay.
I think it's going to be next season. I don't think it's even going to be this season.
Yeah, that's true too.
Could be.
I mean, they didn't show his face, right? It was just from behind.
Right.
No.
Yeah, so that's not even the actor that's going to play him.
Right,
that's a stand-in.
That's actually Sam Kirk in makeup. Yeah, that's Guy. Yeah. They just went and got Guy a wig.
They'll get Seth Green to play Cybok.
Oh, that I had totally forgotten. You say that, and I had totally forgotten about something that I watched on YouTube yesterday and was laughing so hard.
What?
I cried. I was laughing so hard. And it was that opening scene from one of the Austin Powers movies where they got Tom Cruise to play Austin Powers.
There you go. There you go.
What
if they get Tom Cruise to be Cybok?
Yeah,
he works at Paramount.
Lord, Mission Impossible's.
Did we lose Dan?
He's frozen. Yeah, I'd watch.
He's frozen in time.
He's frozen in time, looking at me like, "How dare you bring up Austin Pussy?" I mean, really.
He's got one of those time crystals, and he's just stuck there.
Yep, he's stuck there. He's stuck in his wife's sunglasses.
Yeah. There you go.
Now he's moving again.
All right, should we get to feedback?
Yeah, let's. Okay, yeah, let's get.
He's flipping us off. Oh no!
We love you, man. We love you. Okay, yeah, let's get into feedback.
He was going to freeze that.
There's so much about this episode. Yeah, there's so much about this episode. I want to bring in all these guys that are on with us to talk about it as well. So there's just a lot here. Let's go.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
So as always, if you come and join us on the Discord, that's the advantage you get. You can join us in our live discussion of feedback. And so Chaz,
you get to call in.
Or you get to call in. I do have some phone number, some phones here, or some phones. Fuck. I have some voicemails.
You have some phones.
I have some phones. I have lots of phones. Chaz, you're unmuted. You can unmute yourself. Tell us what you thought about this week's episode of Siren Squall.
I definitely think they took over the Enterprise too easily.
They have no security on the Enterprise.
No, they're like the Empire right now.
No
Like,
shit.
the security, they can go through there, just waltz right through and have like a large jacket with the child under it and a beard and try to sneak out, you know?
That was
Is
the
what's
most
her name
ridiculous
really bad
thing.
at her job?
Yeah. I think everybody's really bad at their job, on the security department.
Yep. There was no
And
security.
I mean, Worf can't even defend against a blue barrel, so.
No. Well, he breaks his back. And he has 2 spinal cords, so, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So.
2 of everything.
Yeah, 2 of everything. So, I mean, that's a pretty weak spinal cord.
Indeed.
Everything?
Yeah.
Of everything.
Of everything.
Yeah. Of everything.
Even the special package.
Yeah.
Special
That's
packages.
the thing on Facebook. Like, people
Well, they made
talk
that
about,
canon on
2 of
Discovery.
those. Like rabbit ears down there.
Like rabbit ears. So if you snip the tip, do you have to
Just
snip
did
both tips?
But I can't really do
It's
it right
what
because there has to be 2 of these over here too.
That
Yeah.
that means four.
That
We're
means
such
four.
little
Oh,
kids. We're such
Yeah.
little kids. Dan and I.
Yeah. Does that mean you go 2 poos?
Oh.
We're just
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's horrible.
Because there, I mean,
2
2 of
buttholes.
everything.
2 buttholes. I never thought about
Yeah,
that.
2 poos.
Well,
Oh,
so
Lord.
would that mean you have 2 uteruses? So that means they'd be having twins.
Uteri.
Right?
You're right.
Where's the nerd alert? Holy crap, uteri.
Well, in Klingon pregnancy, there's always 2, but they fight for only one to live in the womb.
Okay.
In the
So you
womb,
get
yeah.
the
That's
warriors.
They do it in the womb, yes. The Warriors way. Okay, can we talk about Strange New Worlds? Holy
I'm
shit.
sorry, Strange New Worlds.
Way off topic on that one.
Yeah.
What else? What other glaring holes do you want to point out, Chaz?
The other thing I want to say is, who's the best cook, Cisco or Pike?
Or Neelix?
Oh, it's not
Neelix.
Neelix.
No, Neelix doesn't count.
Cisco had a restaurant. It's Cisco.
That river rat doesn't count. So.
Hey, it was a mullet from the 80s or 70s or whatever.
What did Q call him? He called him some kind of rat.
He did.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% though, it's Cisco.
Oh, I think right now I would probably say it's Pike. And I would only say that from the standpoint is because most of Cisco's cooking is super spicy.
Yes.
And if you don't like the super spicy, New Orleans
Gumbo.
Creole, gumbo, if you don't
Perfect.
like that, then which I do, then maybe Pike is more of I think Pike is more of a barbecue type of guy, and that's my favorite. So that's the only reason I would say that. But I'm sure Cisco's food's great.
I bet Pike makes a really good panini.
Well, can he make a better pizza than Riker? That's what I want to know.
Oh, he won't burn it.
He won't burn it.
Yeah. Yeah. He won't burn it. You won't have to kill any rabbits to put on it. So.
Right.
That's true. They were
Right.
doing that, weren't they?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And the
Murderers.
funny thing is, didn't they make a big deal about, like, on season 1 of Next Gen, talking about, like, real food? Why would you kill it?
Yeah.
Everything's synthetic.
Well, that's the difference between Gene Roddenberry before and Gene Roddenberry after.
Right.
Yeah. So everybody's like, we eat pizza now.
Well, and the fact that we're all into like organic food now, non-GMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's just a cultural shift, really, that's reflected in the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would it be a GMO type of replicator? Sorry, I got a dog squeaking a toy.
Oh, I thought that was your kid.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's a puppy trying to play with me right now. So
Nice.
That's his Targ.
It's a Targ.
Yeah, post a picture
There
of
you
your Targ in the chat sometime.
Yes.
Oh yeah. If you look at her right now, she's trying to get in trouble. So.
So, which new villain are you more excited about, Captain Angel or Cybok?
Well, Cybok, I was kind of confused by Cybok coming back, but kind of happy in a way.
Okay.
Because they can do
You ready to
anything
share
with
your pain?
Cybok in a way. Yeah, and is he going to be like a religious, like, lunatic, like a religious leader to find God? Like, maybe they do like an allegory or metaphors, something like on his journey to seek out and find
Cyboking
God.
on?
Yes.
Keep Cyboking.
Crazy.
What was the little side cult of Vulcans that the Enterprise crew came across that T'Pol knew about?
Cyrenites or
Cyrano's Pizza? I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
I remember that
I've only
episode.
seen Enterprise once, so my nerd credit only gets like knocked down by one because I haven't seen that one multiple times. So
Well, turn in your Trekman card then.
All right,
Can't
here's
remember that.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right now, no thought. Each of you go around the room. Fan cast Cybok.
Fan cast Cybok. Oh, geez. Dwight from The Office.
But he already plays Harry Mudd.
That's true.
Come on.
That's right. That's Ryan Wilson. Damn it. Woody Harrelson.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
And Woody.
Huh. Oh.
Andy Garcia.
David Hasselhoff.
David
Hasselhoff. Jeez.
Yeah.
Hop in there.
Oh my
Eating
god.
a Whopper.
Yeah. Put the Hoff in there.
Nah, it needs to be somebody we don't know who just looks like Cybok a little bit.
I'm going with Zachary Quino.
Oh,
that'd be funny.
That would be cool.
That would be good. That's actually really good. And he would do it because he's not doing a damn thing. He's got nothing going.
He's just looking for Bigfoot. That's all he's doing on the History Channel.
Yeah. He's got nothing going.
And of course, he's waiting on Paramount. Like, when are they going to film this new movie so I can get a paycheck?
He's like, I've slated my entire calendar open for this movie for the next 3.5 years because in 3.5 years I run out of money. So somebody, please.
Yeah.
You know what, Dan?
Film this movie.
Yeah.
You know who wouldn't be bad going in that vein? Simon Pegg. Because Simon Pegg can be charismatic and funny, and you could kind of use that with Cybok a little bit.
What about David Tennant?
Oh, he'd be good too.
No.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict, yeah, Benedict. Like, somebody just kind of. It's got to be somebody kind of crazy.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Jim Carrey, then.
Yeah, Joaquin. Yeah. Like,
Joaquin
Phoenix. Has to be like, so
Joaquin's too good for that.
Joaquin is way too good.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks
has been dying to do Star Trek.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Too
and
old.
He's got a potty mouth now, so he could be a nasty old guy.
Well, I was going to say perfect for that, although he's passed, would be Bob Saget if you really wanted to get the nasty old guy.
Yeah.
Mike Myers, yes. Have him be Dr. Evil version Mike Myers of Cybok.
Well, see, I was thinking earlier he could have been Captain Picard as Dr. Evil when you guys were recasting Captain Picard.
No, Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is Cybok.
Rob Lowe.
Oh, Lord. No, he just needs to keep doing those Diet Atkins bar commercials. Just let him do that.
That's so weird.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to the next person.
Yep. Thanks, Jazz. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and always being part of our feedback, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We're going to mute you. And I always feel kind of rude, but actually it's kind of also fun to mute people. Hipster Spock, you're up next, buddy. What'd you think of this week's show?
That's good. I liked it. The thing is, in the beginning, they put out the whole media thing about the non-binary person and stuff, and that kind of turned me off because like I said before, the one good thing about this is that they didn't push the woke thing in the beginning, and that was perfect. Even though you still got some of this woke stuff inside, but you don't really notice it, and if you don't notice it, you still have fun. So the fact that they pushed that in the beginning, that was like bad. But the thing is, Jesse James Keitel, he did a pretty good job with Captain Angel and the whole all throughout the whole show. So that was a big surprise because a lot of these diversity hires end up being pretty bad at their job. So in this case, it actually worked, and for the episode, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sorry to throw a little bit of politics in, but I'm like Chad. I like to throw in my 2 cents in. Okay.
Well, it's just presentation, right?
Unlike Chad, holy shit.
Good, then it's good.
Yeah, I mean, he did a fine job. I have no complaints about him. And, like I said, I don't know if I said it, but I was a bit sexually confused at the end of the episode.
Confused or awakened?
Because, you look at him and his mannerisms, it's all like very feminine, and, you look at his curves and it's all in the right places. So, and then you're like, okay, that's cool. But then you look at a picture of him without all this prosthetics, and it's like, ever see the movie The Crying Game?
Oh, jeez. Who are you talking about right now?
Ouch. Captain Angel.
Captain Angel.
That
yeah,
tight
Captain Angel's
suit.
not a guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it was a guy. That tight bodysuit when they're walking away with the cutouts, and you can see kind of all the way up.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got a lot of hate for putting a meme with the kiss between Chapel and Spock up, but it ended up being a red herring, and that was kind of fun and okay.
Yeah, yeah. That scene was great, and even the scene with him and T'Pring afterwards, where T'Pring is totally like believing that it was just theatrics. How could he ever love or have feelings for Nurse Chapel? And he's standing there going, agreed. And you just know damn well he does. You can just see it on his face,
right?
That he does.
And then somebody said, now for the makeup sex.
Yeah, that's pretty much
the makeup fanfare.
The makeup fanfare,
exactly.
Yeah.
So who do you want to see play Cybok?
I don't know. He should look like Sean Connery from Dr. No.
Okay.
You should have somebody who looks like that right now, because I mean, when you look at Cybok, in Star Trek V, he looks like older Sean Connery. So, for something a little bit more believable, I think getting somebody who looks like Connery in Dr. No would be pretty good.
The guy that plays the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, Sebastian Stan.
He could pull that look off as far as a young Sean Connery look, which is weird because he also has a Mark Hamill kind of look, a little bit.
And what do you guys think about these Starfleet ships and the security? I mean, they're always like one blast away from total destruction, or one something away.
Right.
Well, that's what I meant by the tropes, right? A lot of tropey things happened in this episode, one of which, of course, being the whole security holes and, oh, my gosh, they get on the ship. And then the other trope of, it's the doctor who doesn't carry a gun or a weapon, but yet, the hypo spray is all I need, and I can take out 2 guys, even though I'm tiny and could probably be thrown across the room. Or the pirates that are so feared by everybody, yet they're totally stupid. I mean, just a lot of tropes.
One question: what do you think about the whole thing about Stone being a colleague of T'Pring?
Stone being a colleague.
Stone, the guy that T'Pring is to sort of get with in Amok Time, and they end up showing him as the colleague of T'Pring.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
you're
I
right.
didn't catch that.
Yeah. You're right. I almost forgot about that. It's a very small little snippet of her on the planet. Yep. Or on the colony or the rehabilitation. Did Dan have to drop out? Because I know he had a hard stop at 11.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. We should wrap it up here and say goodbye to Dan, and then we can get Lumberjack Daryl.
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically my take on it.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for letting me in.
Thank you.
Yep. Appreciate it, man. Always glad to have you.
Yeah.
Gonna go to mute. And I feel like we kind of remiss.
I don't know if we're getting Dan back. I know he's trying. It looks like.
Yeah. So, but he's got a hard stop in 4 minutes anyway. So there he is.
Go. Yeah. So Dan, you've got a hard start coming up, right?
Yes.
You got to go.
Yep.
Okay. So why don't we wrap it up with you, and then Chad and I will just finish up the show.
All right.
And then
we'll talk to Daryl, do our closing thoughts, and then be done. But we'll talk with you first before you walk out. I almost forgot about it. I looked at the clock when you stopped. I was like, oh shit, did you have to go?
Yeah.
No, it was my usual that happens when I'm on for an hour.
Right. Fair enough.
The connection starts to fail. But anyway,
the hamster gets tired of spinning the Wi-Fi wheel.
That's it. Exactly what Gerbils. I have gerbils.
Gerbils. Sorry.
So do you want to add anything before you go?
Do I want to add anything before I go?
You trimmed your beard. I did want to point out that I noticed that. It's a little thinner.
Yes, very chic.
I did not trim my beard.
Oh. You combed it.
The head?
I'm taming my beard.
Ah.
I have a, my hair is naturally curly. So
right.
I have naturally, I have a face full of pubes. And I got a heated beard brush. So
a straightener.
I will straighten it, and then I got some beard wax. I'm not wearing any beard wax today, but I got some beard wax. Straighten it, then I'll put some beard in there, and then I can get this to a point.
Oh, you just lost your man card. You just completely lost your man card.
You're going to be so fancy at the next barn raising, Jebediah.
Exactly. I find myself playing with it in front of the mirror. I put some of the wax in, and I kind of brushed this to a point, and then I parted it here.
Oh, are you gonna put Christmas decorations in it?
What's
that? They put beard balls in there now for Christmas, like little ornaments for Christmas.
I might.
It kind of makes me wonder, if you had long enough hair, would you have a man bun?
Let me tell you, back in high school, I grew my hair,
go ahead.
And then I shaved the back and the sides, but then put it in a ponytail. So I had that sumo wrestler ponytail.
Oh my God! I want pictures of this.
If I could do that again, I totally would, because this is what I'm working with.
Nah, you look great.
That's amazing.
Thanks, pal.
Yep.
All right, guys. I gotta run.
Yep. Happy Father's Day. Enjoy it with the family, man.
Happy Father's Day.
See you next week.
Yep. We'll see you, Dan. Take care, buddy.
All right.
All right. Lumberjack Daryl is our last guy in the live studio audience. We're going to unmute you here now, Lumberjack. So be ready. Give us your feedback on this week's show. I know there's a few things that happen in this show that we have yet to talk about or bring up, and of course the whole Nurse Chapel kissing and their emotions and whether or not they're going to get together, that kind of thing. They shouldn't. But Daryl, what was your thought on this week's episode?
I got a good kick out of it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I kind of liked with T'Pring there reading old Earth novels and trying to spice things up with Spock over a long distance. So I guess it's Vulcan cam girls, I guess.
He literally chokes on his on his drink or food or whatever when she mentions it. It's great. Who was it? Was it her? Was it her talking to somebody about? It was someone talking about. That was something else I was thinking of. Sorry, that was over on Orville when Isaac was talking about sexual positions that the doctor prefers.
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched Orville since the second season, so I got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you've got a lot of catching up to do.
One episode or a couple episodes. It's not.
Yeah.
What's going on here? This thing wants to.
Yeah. Well, it's on Disney Plus, so I'll eventually catch up. So.
Yeah.
Hulu.
Okay.
It's on Hulu, isn't it? Orville.
Yeah. We don't have Hulu.
He's in Canada. It's different.
Oh, that's so weird.
It's merged with Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else on the show did you want to talk about? What else did you like? Did you like Cybok? Did you like the introduction of Cybok? Should they go there?
Oh, I'm so glad they brought him in. Well, they haven't mentioned him since Star Trek V, and actually bringing him in.
Yeah.
I was like, it's Thanos moment. I think he's gonna be a recurring villain for as long as the series is.
Mm-hmm.
And with him and Captain Angel, I think it's gonna be an awesome pairing.
Yeah.
And you could bring in Harry Mudd every once in a while as well. Now you got 3 you could pull from. That would be great. I want to see Harry Mudd again. I want to see Ryan.
And
Wilson
then you've
again.
teased the Gorn and you've teased Khan. They're bringing everybody back.
I know. With Harry Mudd, it'd be so much fun. Like just like we saw how him and Kirk were. Like imagine him and Pike. Him and Mudd and Pike would probably have some type of cook-off or something.
Well, what would be funny is to find out that Pike and Harry Mudd are like friends, but like they have a friendly rivalry as well for something, you know, like somehow frenemies. Yeah, exactly. That would be fun. Well, they said they're going to do some sort of musical.
Oh yeah, I saw the previews for the next episode. It's from what I saw of it, it shows the doctor there. It's that book he was reading to his kid. For some reason, it becomes real. Yeah. So it's going to be probably one of those episodes where they encounter an anomaly. They meet these beings that, beings that are able to make things real. It's like something like Trelane from the '60s series. So it's going to be something like that. And they had the security officer there. She started singing a little bit, so they got some voices on them.
Yeah.
So
they messed Pike's hair up too for that episode in the preview. It's no bueno. It's the most horrifying thing I've seen.
Oh no.
Yeah, you'll see. It's bad.
I'll have to go watch it.
Yeah.
Well, it's very Renaissance looking.
Yes, very. They go to the Ren Fair on the Enterprise.
Maybe they had one during filming, and then so they said, "Let's just go there." Interesting. All right.
So, Lumberjack Daryl, who do you want to see play Cybok?
I want to say Jim Carrey, but I'd like to see a serious actor. I can't actually think of one right now, but Jeffrey Combs.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That'd be fun. We need to see Jeffrey Combs in something. He needs to be a character in something. They really missed the mark if he's not.
Well, he was in what's the cartoon one?
Lower Decks.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
he played a robot there. So
yep.
Again, let's bring him on to Strange New Worlds.
Get Mark Wahlberg and just have him say hi to your mother for me.
Oh, I know who would be a good Cybok. Kevin Smith.
Just never says anything.
Oh no! If you ever seen Kevin Smith, he talks a lot.
No, but I'm making fun of Silent Bob.
Yeah. Have him just stand there and not say anything.
Silent Cybok. Well, that's how he was in this episode.
Yeah, he was silent. He was silent. Sometimes the best villains say nothing.
Spock in a silent Cybok, and then like Spock is like Jay, just swearing and smoking dope.
That's funny.
Yeah. All
right.
Well, thanks, man.
Thanks, Daryl. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate your feedback as always. I love having you here in the live studio audience.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Yep. Thanks, man.
You betcha.
Yep. We'll see you, buddy.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya.
Back on server mute, and we've got a voicemail. So we're getting into the feedback section. We got our feedback from our live studio audience.
I'll get an email after that.
Yep. I got a voicemail. I'll go and play it. We'll see if it comes right up. Should just come. And, of course, it doesn't because, things and technology and things, you just kind of have to whatever. Here we go.
Army mateys, this is Captain Strongbeard. Wow, that was a pretty fun episode. Nothing like a good old-fashioned ship gets taken over episode of Star Trek with a little bit of humor mixed in. Kind of really unlike the Voyager episode where Captain Janeway makes the crew eat grubs. But yeah, that was pretty good. Couple things. Number one, Dan had mentioned something about you guys doing another like Jeopardy Star Trek kind of thing, and maybe you could pay me to build, so like plaques or something. Well, unfortunately, guys, I do not do commission work. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen. I just don't do it. So what I can do is do it for free. So if just Dan, get a hold of me and we'll make it happen. Yeah. So another thing too. Before I let you go, I used to joke that I wanted to be a guest host of Trekcast, and I think I'm gonna have to pull my hat from that ring and nominate somebody else. Listen to the show a couple weeks ago. Gentry, man. The dude is charismatic. He's funny, and he knows a lot about Trek. So if you guys ever had him as a guest host, I don't think you'd have any complaints. So anyways, live long and prosper, and we'll see you next week.
We've had Gentry once before. Fill in.
A couple times, yeah. Gentry's great.
Yeah. Yeah, he is great.
Gentry is great. You're right about that. I think we need to do one of these personally, I don't know. We'll talk about it off air, but when this season is over, for this first season, when we do a wrap up, we kind of need to do a round table like we've talked about doing 50 times in the past and never done it.
Yeah, we need to do something like that. Like talk about the season and what we think ahead.
Then maybe we schedule it at a little different time so more people can be part of the live studio audience type of thing.
Yeah, those kinds of things though work better at as the next season's about to start because people are looking ahead.
True.
As opposed to it just ending. So, but we'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
The email I actually had was also from Strongbeard, basically saying the same thing that he just said. It was an older email that hit our spam filter, and so yeah. So there you go. So we did get it, Strongbeard. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Where's my pack live review for this week? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think he was going to give one at the end of Kenobi, which is next week.
Gotcha. Cool.
Well, before we finish up, we should give our quick thoughts on Kenobi and the Orville.
Okay.
So, did you get to see either one of them or both of them?
Yeah, I'm caught up on Kenobi. I am not quite caught up on Orville.
Okay.
So, on the Kenobi
I'm
side,
caught up on both.
Okay, so on the Kenobi side, I can talk to more than anything else. It's funny to see old Ben not be able to do jack shit hardly.
Right. He's lost his mojo.
He has lost his mojo big time, and
Stella's got to get a groove back.
I don't know why I get there's some of that decisions I get, and some of that sometimes I just don't. I don't understand why they have to take the Obi-Wan Kenobi that we saw in the prequels, who was a badass, and he was always a badass against Anakin. And now when you see the two of them fighting each other, it's as if both of them are just so trapped in those moments together from the past that they can't even move. Like the fight scene between Vader and Kenobi was just flat out silly. Now, when he finally got to where he could get him into the fire and all that kind of stuff, that was pretty dark. But how he even got pulled away and got out of there was just stupid. I don't know. And then, of course, going to the main station underwater there and all that was just another security joke. I mean, good grief. So, yeah, a few things have happened, Chaz, in this series, but you're right. I mean, so the kid I do like Princess Leia's character, though. I do.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
pretty
kid.
good.
That kid is really good. It's almost another Baby Yoda type thing.
Yeah,
she's fantastic. She's a little too smart for a young kid that age, but whatever.
Well, and she, there's a theory too that each of the episodes have the format of the original 6 movies. So they hit a lot of the same notes. Like in the first one, he is on a desert planet. He's there to meet a kid with powers or be around him. He's supposed to protect that kid with powers, which is all lines up with the Phantom Menace. Then in part 2, he goes to a fancy, almost Las Vegas neon type world, which is what they did in Attack of the Clones. Things like that. Like they kind of line up.
I suppose so. I suppose so.
Yeah. It's a stretch, but it's kind of there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I think it's just another treatment of. I'm trying to think of the words. Another treatment of yet another character that they just had to tear down. Like, wouldn't you think that Kenobi? It's a deconstruction of the character. It's always doing this deconstruction stuff. Wouldn't you think that? Exactly, it's like Picard. They just have to deconstruct the character and then show you the feelings and thoughts underneath, as opposed to the character we already knew, right? And so, don't you think, though, that it would have made sense for Kenobi, even though he was kind of in exile and he was there to watch Luke, and he really can't tell anybody else about it, and he's got regret over kind of going into hiding. I get all that. But wouldn't you think he would have kept up with his training because he knew he was going to try to train Luke, like physically and mentally? Like, wouldn't you think he would have been doing that for that entire time? But he wasn't.
Well, I think the thought is that he's lost his faith, so that's why he hasn't kept up with his training.
Yeah. But yet he's lost his faith. He hasn't kept up with his training, yet he's gonna train the next guy better than he trained Anakin.
That's where it falls apart.
So it just kind of falls apart. It's a weird. And so that scene where he sees Vader for the first time, like, really, Obi? You're just gonna stand there and you're gonna try to go to the window where you can be seen, and you're gonna try to look out the window to see him? You're really just gonna stand there?
I mean, he's gotta be on another planet creeping on a kid, apparently. I mean, it's weird.
Running around with the sand mounds to get away from Vader. He wasn't even running at like a full speed. He was just kind of jogging. Oh, I see Vader. Okay, I'm gonna turn and just jog. It was almost like I was watching a video game. I'm just gonna turn and do that little jog around this other.
Well,
mound,
he went to the wrong set.
Yeah, then he won't see me. It's like what was that whole scene?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There's definitely complaints to be made about Kenobi.
Yeah.
And what you could be doing with that show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's fun to watch. It's just they've made some weird decisions that don't make sense to me.
They've made some choices I would not have made.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Yeah, the action scenes are horrible. The action scenes are flat out horrible. You can't tell me that there's no way to make Darth Vader more animated than just stand everywhere he goes. He's just standing there. This is supposed to be Darth Vader, for crying out loud. Now I love
that he's noticeably much thinner than he was in the show.
Yeah.
In the movies.
Yeah.
Because it's Hayden Christensen and he's not as big as David Prowse.
Right. That's kind of funny. I did finally like the scene, though. It's just so stupid, though, letting the Inquisitors and all. Anyway, and she's actually good, and she's trying to be bad, and she's trying to get close to Vader to kill him, as if Vader wouldn't know the difference. Anyway, but I did like the scene when Vader's finally said enough of this shit, and he's trying to, he's letting other people do things. I don't know why he's letting anybody else do things. He just needs to go do them himself, and he grabs the ship that's trying to take off and pull it down, and he just rips it apart. But the other ship is taking off behind him. That was really cool, but and it really highlighted Vader's real ultimate problem. He's hung up on Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's really hung up on Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He can't let his man go.
He can't let that go. He hasn't been able to let go even during his training. He still can't let it go now. So yeah. I did like that scene, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it ends good. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you got one episode left.
You got one episode left, so they got to do something.
Yep.
Now, the Orville, you said you did not get the chance to see that?
I am almost caught up, not completely. I think I got one more episode to catch up on, but it's fine. You can go ahead and tell me whatever you want to tell me about it.
Okay. So, in this new episode, they come across a planet that they believe is supposed to be desolate, but as their scans show, looks like there's people there. So they go to investigate to find out what the hell's going on. They end up trapped in some sort of weird simulation, and it becomes a mystery of what the hell's going on here. My problem with the episode is throughout it, they're going through different simulations, and at each point, every person in the landing party they have a moment where like their eyes turn white, and they say that they experience an out-of-body experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt them. It's just a weird thing that happens to them as they go through these simulations and they're in danger. You don't find out what's happening until the very end. It's kind of a dumb reason. But my problem with it is when you're doing stories like this, where there's a mystery that you're trying to figure out, one of the key things that you do is that in every step along the way, you learn one new piece of information to help solve the mystery. I mean, that's just story structure 101, right? They don't do that in this at all. They all literally experience the same thing and all go, I don't know what that was about, and then just move forward. Like, I get in real life, if that was happening, that's probably what would happen. Like, that makes sense for reality, but this isn't reality. This is a story.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So as a viewer, if they're not learning new information, then it's like, well, what are we doing here? Like, I don't. Yeah. This is a pointless scene.
That is the antithesis of what season 3 is so far to me. Way too many pointless scenes in every single episode so far. There's got to be at least 10 minutes worth of totally pointless scenes. Right.
So.
And it's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
There's no humor in any of it.
Right. So that's where we're at, and that's the problem.
I think this is the last season for the Orville.
Oh, I think it is too,
and
I don't think it's just. Yeah, I think it's Seth doing what he wanted to do. He had his chance. He's going to do it, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, and it's in sorry, but if the Strange New Worlds hadn't come around and they'd kept the funny, this show would just be killing it right now. But the pandemic happened, everything got delayed. Strange New Worlds came out. It's fantastic, and they took the funny out of this show. So all of that right there is what killed it. And
it's funny how we went from like the Orville was our saving grace, right?
Yep.
During Disco, that was the thing we look forward to.
Yep.
And now it's flipped.
Yep.
You know?
Well, and it's not only has it flipped, but there's Lower Decks as well.
Right.
You know, you got Strange New Worlds right now. You got Strange New Worlds right now at the same time as the Orville, followed by Lower Decks. So you've got double the amount of excellent shows on the Trek side. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, and I hope that the writers and the producers of Disco are watching the reaction to Strange New Worlds right now and doing rewrites and reshoots.
They have already officially started shooting season 5. And they have said that they do not feel any competition with Strange New Worlds.
Bullshit.
Right. We'll see what happens really when it airs.
Yeah. Because I mean,
but that's
for the diehard Trekkie like we are, and maybe most of the people that listen to this shit. There's plenty of people who listen to our show who do not watch Disco. There's tons. I hear about it all the time. So I'm willing to bet that there's even more people who've been watching Disco who are now watching Strange New Worlds going, why would I waste my time on Disco? I'm done. And maybe they'll just casually watch it, but they won't get the at time of air streaming numbers they used to anymore. I don't think they will.
Well, even if you look around, not at like Star Trek internet, but like entertainment internet websites.
Yeah.
It is all Star Trek's back.
Yep.
Finally, Star Trek is what it used to be.
Yep.
Like, people overall were not embracing Disco. I mean, remember we did that story about how Strange New Worlds was the top streaming show, finally beating Our Flag Means Death.
Yeah.
On HBO Max.
Yeah.
Disco never had that.
No, and Daryl, Lumberjack Dale brings up a good point, okay? So even though I say all this about Disco, and sometimes I bash Disco and all that, he brings up a good point. He says, Disco has its flaws, but it also has good moments. But without Disco, there would be no Strange New Worlds. And you're right. You're absolutely right. Without Disco, there'd be none of this. There'd be no Lower Decks. Yeah. There'd be no Picard. There'd be no, say what you want about Picard, there'd be none of this. Right. It is what it is. And there are plenty of people who love Disco. There are plenty of people who love disco.
There are.
That's fine. That's fine. It's if you like it, great. That's your cup of tea. Enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy it. You know, there's enough Trek going around for everybody to like some parts of it and not like other parts of it. I just, from my perspective and what I see, I think there needs to be more like Strange New Worlds and less like disco.
So this is going to sound like a slam, and it's not meant this way. But disco is a great CW show. It's perfect for a younger audience who wants that style, right? Because that tends to be the hardcore Discovery fans, right? Is younger who want to explore their feelings. Whereas Strange New Worlds is more for general audiences, not just youngers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and Daryl brings up another point. Think of how many times we've watched a Trek series, and at the time we're kind of like, huh, and then look backing on it later, it's like, that was great, or we like it now. I'm even that way with Strange New Worlds, or Disco, where, man, watching current Disco, but season 1 is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Jason Isaacs and the Mirror Universe, and
he's trying to kill Harry Potter.
He's trying to, all that stuff, right? So, episodic Trek just works better than story arc. Yeah, period. You're right.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. And that episodic storytelling's not dead, obviously.
Right. No.
Okay.
Just like Cybok, it's not dead.
Just like Cybok, it's not dead. Anything else you need to cover on Orville?
We've got the end of Kenobi next week. We only got a few more episodes of Strange New Worlds, so we'll see what happens there.
If you're watching the live version of this over on YouTube, you'll see I've got the picture up of Ethan Peck and Nurse Chapel. I don't know what her name is off the top of my head, but it's Spock and Chapel.
It's Jess Bush, I think.
Jess Bush. See, that's a great name actually for her.
Yeah, they're off to go get some Starbucks or something.
Yeah, they're in his car. It's like an old something. I don't know what that is. Camaro.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Thunderbird.
Yeah, old car of his, and they're both going to get some Starbucks or something on set in Ontario. So,
yeah.
Anyway, it's a great picture of the two of them. Lucky bastard indeed. He gets to ride around with her in a nice car, and he gets to kiss her on screen and have coffee with her, and just I
feel like you're a little bit jealous.
Just a sumbitch.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. Yeah, this is a great show. For our Father's Day, happy Father's Day to all the listeners out there who are fathers. Enjoy your day.
Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Yep. Enjoy your day. Don't don't dump your kids off like Sarek did with Cybok. Okay, be a good dad. Hang out with your kids.
Are you going to stand by that? Don't abandon your children.
Don't abandon your children.
That's my political message. Don't abandon your children.
Yeah. Don't be like Sarek. Spread your colon all over the place.
That's right. Yeah. Don't be a Worf.
Oh God! Don't raise a Rashenko.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll be back here next week. All new episode with another Strange New Worlds, the finale of Kenobi. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit, maybe at length with Dan if he's back on and can give us his feedback of Kenobi as well. And we'll keep going it from there. You guys have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it, another episode in the can. Check us out at trekcast.com. Also, if you would, please subscribe to us via iTunes. Leave those reviews, subscribe to us, we'll get some numbers, get up the list, get more listeners, do more shows, have more fun. But for now, we're all done. So live long and prosper, and we'll see you next week.
Program complete.